If you're learning how to code right now, stop. This isn't 2015 anymore. To get into the tech industry, the rules have changed. And with AI now taking more market share with junior developers, you need to adapt with the way that hiring managers and the recruiters actually work. So in this video, I'm going to expose the 3 steps that I've been using and teaching over 700 people since 2022 how to get into the industry. These 3 steps really haven't changed much in the last 2 years, and they're actually not even all technical. In fact, what you're going to learn in this video has helped hundreds of people land interviews, land clients, part-time roles, even working with influencers building custom apps. Okay, so the first thing most people don't do is building the right projects. We live in a day and age now where you can spin out really complex problem-solving projects in a weekend. And the difference between someone who gets a role or gets their first clients with that project and then the one who doesn't isn't just building something that they see on YouTube. It's actually building something that solves a critical problem in their lives, or if you really want to take it to the next level, go out, ask questions to friends or family, cousins, your friends who have small businesses, or even your current employer. Ask the kind of problem that they have in their business and then build a solution with AI and some of the tools that you would learn when you use AI. Coding languages like JavaScript, Python and whatnot. But then there's also the frameworks, but then there's like databases. Then there's also testing frameworks, things like that AI, as it's building and doing everything for you, if you just watch it and don't know exactly what it is, haven't learned it, haven't watched enough videos before, haven't looked at the theory, haven't asked AI how it all puts it together, then you won't even get an interview, let alone a role. So yes, you can build a project in a weekend, but you need to understand what you're building, how you're building it, and does it actually solve a real problem. It could be even something in your personal life. For example, when I got my second tech job, I didn't have that much experience. I had like 9 months as a junior developer in a different company, but the next company that I moved on to, it was better pay and I was learning a lot more working in a much bigger team. And the way I got that job was I actually ended up completely skipping the technical test. Right? So I literally told the guy in the interview, actually, I don't want to do the technical test. Why don't I show you one of my projects? This is a hack because I already built up so much proof. They've seen it on LinkedIn. I built a project around the thing that I like, my hobbies. That particular project was about the NBA, and I wanted a cool like dashboard that shows the latest points of players, of teams in different charts. I can type in a certain team or a certain NBA player, see his stats over the years. And I used a bunch of charts libraries, and it turns out that particular company, that's what they were building. They were building a data visualization platform for financial analysts. Because they've seen I've been doing this for quite a while. It looked pretty slick. It worked really well. It used the same frameworks, languages, tools as the platform that they're building. I was hired like that. But it wasn't just because I built it that they interviewed me. So that moves on to my second point, which is branding yourself. Most people think the way to get a job in this industry is just to learn how to work with AI, get an AWS certificates, but really and truly it's actually about the soft skills. It's about branding yourselves. Really, it's about sales skills, right? So posting things on LinkedIn, continuously posting your journey. I have so many friends, in particular one guy who got a 6-figure tech job as a junior developer, which is quite difficult to do in the UK in particular. He did that because he built a newsletter around Python, and it was like daily emails, and it worked really well. And it wasn't just that he built it, but he just posted on LinkedIn. He talked about it. He created a small following, a niche following, and ended up being headhunted for this 6-figure role. And back then, I think he only had like 2 years of experience, almost fresh out of university, right? So that goes to show how valuable it is to show yourself and to prove yourself on this platform in particular. There's also Twitter as well. Elon Musk is making Twitter into a everything app. So people are hiring from there. I've hired quite a few developers from there myself. These are more like part-time roles, freelancing gigs, but you do have founders on there who just raised $1 million and they need to hire a developer. And if they see you posting and really being passionate about this industry and building things that really matter and engaging in the community, you will be headhunted, you will be picked, interviewed on Twitter. And the best thing about Twitter is you can kind of talk really however you want. But LinkedIn is where literally everyone who's hiring is going to be, even the ones on Twitter will also have a LinkedIn page, so you can kind of like attack from both sides. You don't have to post every day. You don't have to actually get a lot of likes. The best thing about LinkedIn, and again, most job seekers don't know anything about this, and almost everyone that I've trained over 750 people, and we have a 80% success rate of everyone that we've trained goes through the programs, goes through this particular strategy. They end up getting clients and full-time job roles in different countries around the world. The reason why is because they are not afraid to post strategically and abundantly on this platform, build projects on the side, engage in the open source community, and really make this a big part of their life. Because the one thing about the tech industry is you will not only just be learning, but you will be learning for the rest of your life, which makes it really like the best of both worlds. Because you learn to get into the industry. Once you get a job, you continuously learn and then go up the ranks. You're seeing so many crazy big salaries nowadays, especially in the AI space, because it is taking over the world at the moment, and everybody knows this. So the two things we've covered so far out of 3 is building the right projects and branding yourself on LinkedIn and Twitter to get people to come to you. By the way, if you're finding value in this video, hit the like button and subscribe so I know to make more of these types of videos. Now the next one, some people might not like, but unfortunately this is the way from 2026 and beyond, especially with all the competition out there, is you need sales skills. It ties closely to branding, but not in the way that you think. Sales skills is how I managed to blab my way into a tech job 8 months after writing my first line of code, coming from a healthcare career to then freelancing, working with athletes and Premier League football agents, and then going on to raise 6 figures for my startup, travel the world, move to the UAE, and live the life that I do now. It isn't just that I learned to code. Sometimes I wouldn't even code at all. It would just be blabbing my way through calls and networking events, selling yourself, selling your potential, and selling your goals and the way you will solve that problem to someone who has the money. But don't panic. Yes, I just told you have to learn how to code and use AI and build projects over the weekend and blah, blah, blah. But you don't have to become an amazing salesman to get clients or to get a full-time job. What you need to do is use AI. Nowadays, we have these tools that sell for you. For example, for my startup, I would actually set up this thing called Instantly AI, where you would buy a bunch of email domains, let's say 15 email domains, and then email out automatically to hundreds and thousands of people per week by itself. So you set up the sequence, you set up the email flow, and then you would scrape emails, again, using AI tools to then set it off and let it do the selling for you. For example, we have gone to the point now where tools, especially some of these newer Chinese tools like Kimi, so you would get it to scrape a bunch of emails, look for companies who don't have a website, get it to build a website for you, then go out there and actually build it for you. It might take an hour, but it'll build, let's say, 30 websites of people in the local area don't have a website, and then go out and sell it to them. Or it will scrape recruiter emails and recruiter websites with your CV in hand with 2 impressive projects that you built, and it will just email a bunch of recruitment companies who recruit in the IT space. And as soon as you would do that, using the same tool to email out all these people, you're selling without having to become a master salesman. And you would do an interview, you do an internship, a part-time or full-time role. So that's just one AI tool that you could use, but there are so many other tools you could use to sell. There's even tools now when you jump on a call with someone, there's an AI watching and listening to the screen, and it tells you what to say in an interview or a sales call if you're looking for clients. However, it goes without saying that yes, you do need some basic sales skills. Communication skills have to be on top. You could take a short course on that. You could do a bunch of mock interviews. So we have that on the program. If you're watching this and we have spaces left on this current cohort, click on the description below and book a call with us. This is a major part of our bootcamp because we don't just believe that you can just learn AI and then get a job. Branding and selling yourself is arguably more important than learning the actual skill. Even before AI, the soft skills were the things that really got me interviews. And of course, at some point, it is going to be a numbers game. So you do need to apply, cover letters, CV, all need to be on point. But LinkedIn has become to such an extent now. It's basically a new social media where you can create videos, express yourselves the same way you would really on Instagram and Twitter, just polished a little bit. I promise you, if you learn, it doesn't even have to be a tech, even if you're not in tech, if you learn a skill and you post about it on LinkedIn, you will find more opportunity. There's a way to do it. I had to pay thousands of dollars to someone to teach me how to get good at LinkedIn until I grew thousands of followers and again, secured over 6 figures in deals because of LinkedIn. I raised investment for my startup. I got job opportunities when I was learning how to code, and I use it to find clients too. That's it from me today. If you are interested in my journey, how I went from healthcare to software engineering in 8 months, click this video here. Or if you want to know why I quit my 6-figure tech career to start freelancing, click right here.